We already know because we talk about this all the time. Your reality, your life, how you experience the world is based on your beliefs. It's based on how you choose and what you choose to believe is true. Not only what you believe is true about the world, but also what you believe true about yourself. Believe. Are we all good up here? All right, y'all let me know. What you believe true about your self-image is gonna affect how you interact with other people. It's gonna affect how you show up in the world. And the more you start to deep this, the more you start to pay attention, or you should pay attention to what do you believe? What do you believe is true about yourself? How are you moving out here? Stella, get into it, man. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. And today, as always, we're gonna jump straight into it. You have to look at what you're saying I am to. And that's why I started this video with asking you, what are your beliefs? Because your beliefs are the things you say I am to. I am pretty. I am what? I am funny. I am what? What do you personally say I am to? That I that you use to diss yourself, oh, I'm too blank. I'm too that. That's why people say affirmations, because you say, I am love. I am this. I don't know what affirmations you say, but you say affirmations because it's the I. That's why what you say I am to is so important. Power of the tongue. I have another video completely just on how your words create worlds. When you say I am to something, you're calling a connection to it. And that I has already been established to be connected to God. I is connected to the Father. You are connected to the Father. You are connected to the Creator. But you turn around and you use that same I in sentences that degrade yourself. Or you say, I'm to this, or you say, I'm to that. You don't know? You don't know who you are? Once you know the I in you, you will look at the things you say. You'll look at your beliefs about yourself. You'll look at your self-image. You know who I am and you know who you are. And therefore, you know who everyone else is. But not everyone knows who they are. That's why you still have to treat them with love. And once you start to break down what you relate yourself to, then you could actually start to figure out, what is this fulfilled state? What is this end state? It's not like you're consciously walking around like, oh, I'm going to be anxious today. Yep. Anxiety is going to hit in 3, 2. It's not like that. You should be aware of how you're relating to your experience, how you're relating to life that makes you see or view certain things in a certain way. And it's either that you stand 10 toes behind those beliefs, you have conviction behind that belief, or you realize, why do I have that belief? For example, if you're about to walk into a room and you start to feel anxious, why? Why do I feel anxious right now? Like, what's on the other side? How many people are on this other side thinking other people will be looking at you? What belief about walking through those doors? What belief about standing on stage? What beliefs are behind that's triggering that cause you to actually become anxious over these things? What's the core belief? Since you're triggered, since you're anxious, since you're feeling this certain way, you identify with the trigger. So that's why it could affect you. That's why you're giving it the power to affect you. When you feel it in the moment, when you feel anxious in the moment, when you feel worried in the moment, when you feel whatever emotion in the moment, ask yourself, what is triggering this? What is the belief system that I have, that I identify with, that I believe to be true, that's making me feel anxious about walking into that room, that's making me feel anxious about talking to this person, like whatever. I don't know. And not many people do. Not many people take the time to really figure out some emotional intelligence. Because if you're living in an end state, then you're going to be associated with emotions of completion, emotions of fulfillment. And it's not like you're not going to experience negative emotions. I probably need to make a video on how to deal with negative emotions. Essentially, if you're operating from the end state, you understand that everything's being fulfilled. Like, all is done, all is complete. Living from the end is to live through a certain feeling. Feeling is the secret. The end state is a feeling of bliss, of joy, of heaven, of fulfillment, of completion. The embodiment of that, not to get but actually, yes, to kind of get the embodiment of that, it's Jesus Christ. Jesus is in us and we are in Jesus, and Jesus is in God. That is the end state to operate from, because that is our end state. Period. That was actually pretty good. That is our end state. Can I get some stars, some snaps, some claps in the comments? I'm on a roll, bro. I'm on a roll for real. Your own behavior will tell on itself what you believe. How you interact with others will show you. How you talk to yourself will show you what you believe. Your thoughts, behaviors, habits, patterns of thinking will expose your belief system to you. So your beliefs shape your outlook on life. Think of beliefs as a rose-tinted glasses, except the glasses aren't rose-tinted. For most people, they're actually blackout sunglasses. They just never see the sun. What you believe, what you've been taught to believe, what you chose to believe, what ideas have you adopted, and you have the ability ability to change your beliefs. Your whole self-image is just made up out of beliefs. You could change your beliefs. How you see yourself relative to your abilities, how you see yourself relative to your qualities, how you personally see you. I saw this quote. It says, the journey is collective, but the path is individual. Something like that, guys. The path, what's on the path is individual, but the journey is collective because we're all on that goal to, or should be on that goal to operate from the end state. So now that you identified what beliefs you have, to see which beliefs, which identifications are holding you back from operating in that end state, making you feel like, oh, you're not going to get it, making you feel like, oh, you're not worthy, making you feel like, oh, you're not good enough, making you feel like, oh, you're not the one, making you feel like you're not chosen. Like, who's your higher self? Who's that self-actualized individual? The journey's collective. So essentially, either way, we're all connected. Like, we're all literally from the same one. Because we're all from the same one, the end state is that same one. That's why the journey is collective. We're all on our way back to that same one. It's not even that we're on our way back to the same one, because we're already that one. We're already all one. We're on our journey of realizing that. Taking off the shades in front of our eyes. It's like one shade. Everyone has how many layers in front of them that they can't see that we're all connected and we're all the same person. My tangent's going off. That's why I literally make notes so I could stay on track. If Christ is literally in you, what are you identifying with? That is the secret. That's the meaning of operating from the end. That's the meaning of seeing your vision from the end. Joy, bliss, peace, fulfillment, love. You being connected to all. Once you embody this more and more every day, that's how you become more self-actualized. I and love are one. You and love are one. You and bliss are one. The I and fulfillment are one. I and bliss am one. You and bliss are one. You and fulfillment are one. Because it's the I inside for real. You might go around like, I don't see love with your negative ass. You have to remember, frequency, the energy in you attracts like energy. Your energy that you give off attracts like energy. Law of attraction, same thing. That's why they also have that quote where it's like, don't adapt to the energy in the room, change it. Because the energy in you attracts like energy. It's easy to even adapt energy if you are not in control of your energy. If you don't care about your energy, you're gonna adapt and pick up anything. When you care about your energy, it becomes stronger that you attract that like energy, whether it's good or bad. If you care about your energy, like, nah, I'm upset today, I'm mad, like I'm in a bad mood, you care about that energy, so that's the energy you're gonna attract, rather than love, bliss, joy, peace, fulfillment, living from the end, that energy that you exude. You care about that energy. Every day you're showing up to self-actualize. Every day you're showing up to become that higher version of yourself. That means you care about that energy, and that's the energy you're gonna attract. Energy is not even just like a mystical thing. Like, energy is so real. The spiritual realm is so real. Your energy causes the like energy in others to respond. That's why you have like those artists, or those, it doesn't have to be an artist, like they could literally just be a YouTuber or something like that, and you love them or whatever. Their energy is awakening that like energy in you. Wizard Liz loves what she does. Like, she literally, even in her video, she said that she wakes up for like to make videos for people. She loves to really make videos for people, and people love her videos. The conviction, the belief that she has about her videos, the energy that you give out awakens the like energy in others. She really loves the work that she does. That awakens the like energy in others. Your energy will awaken the like energy in others. Now that you know that, what's your energy towards your goals, your visions, your dreams? Because the energy that you give towards that is going to awaken the like energy in others towards that too. You're trying to be something, and the energy you're giving that something is not, then people aren't going to recognize it, because you don't even recognize it in your own work, depending on what you're trying to do. Like, I don't know what you're trying to do, but when giving energy towards any goal, any vision, anything, you want to do what it takes, but the path of least resistance. You're doing what it takes, but with as less obstacles as possible, please. The journey to get what you want may be filled with these instances to allow you to realize what you're believing. It may be filled with instances of tribulation for you to realize what you're identifying with, if you're even operating from the end. It may be filled with instances where you're down, and then you come across this video, and then it changes things, because you realize you have the ability to change your beliefs. Your path is filled with things like this for a reason, to give you the opportunity to change and become better for that process of actualizing your higher self. This is your moment to purify your mind. I was talking to my friend and she's like, she feels like every day is a new opportunity for, for her to get right with God. And then I'm like, yeah, that's so true. And it's like, sometimes I wake up and I feel like, wow, today's another opportunity to actualize my higher self, to continue my relationship with Christ, to continue being better, and another day to receive blessings. Can I get a star in the comment section? Can I get a star in the comment section? Can I get a star in the comment section? Change your relationship to your I. Change your relationship to your self-image. If your current beliefs about your image, yourself, is not benefiting you and it's not supporting you to reaching that higher self, to reaching your actualized self, to reaching a closer connection with your one, with the all. What is your relationship to I? What do you say about that I? I am Stella, get into a man. If you made it this far, thank you so much for watching. And I really, really, really hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you guys in my next one. Bye.